Hey folks, this is John 6 verse 27. Got a couple of things on my mind here, and this is, ironically, it's not pertaining to the scriptures, but hey, I think as men and women, we tend to, I know there are a lot of women out there that like football, and there's a lot of men who like football. Enjoyed the Super Bowl with the Saints and the Colts, so I was kind of torn in between, honestly, because the political side of this, and I hope I don't come off hypocritical when I say, throughout the duration of this thing, when I come to the conclusion of what I have to say, I hope it doesn't come off hypocritical. But the political side of this Super Bowl pulled me towards wanting the Colts to win. Well, because it was a black coach. He would have been the first rookie coach to win it in a lot of years. So I was really pulling for Coach Caldwell. He's a class act. He received hardly any credit for doing such a good job. Peyton Manning received all of the credit. I mean, he received all the credit all through the year. But the fact that we have seen within, I believe, I don't have the stats in front of me. I'm actually sitting in the truck doing this, so I'm going off the top of my head. I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't have the records in front of me, any of those things. However, this is in the past 4 years at least this is the fourth black coach to be a head coach in the Super Bowl. This year, a black coach, Marvin Lewis, became he was the coach of the year. So a black coach led his team to have the best record in the NFL this year, and we had a coach, which is a black man, to be the coach of the year. However, when all of the jobs started popping up, when they started opening up, what did we see? We saw a whole lot of other coaches be recycled and brought in and given chances and all of that, but no head coaches of hiring were black, that were hired were black. So the political part pulled me to pull for Coach Caldwell. Now, I've liked both teams all season. The Saints, I like the Saints. I like their story. I like how hard they play, their enthusiasm, and they're really a fun team to watch. And it was just heartbreaking to see what happened in New Orleans with Hurricane Katrina. It was heartbreaking to see what happened after the hurricane and how a lot of folks are treated, but that's a whole nother topic. So I was pulling for the Saints, but that was the sentimental side. And all through the game and all through that week leading up to the game, I had that sentimental thing pulling me more and more towards the Saints, which eventually I went ahead and pulled for the Saints throughout the game. But one defining thing happened at the end of the game. Peyton Manning, which this was really something, because I would like to go back and look at the tape of when the Bears lost to the Colts. And I'm pretty sure Lovie Smith went and congratulated everybody. The Bears team, a lot of their key players probably did. I know this might sound petty, but it's just something that you do. Well, let's go back. We're going to rewind this tape a little bit and go back to the NBA and the championship between the Lakers and no, not the championship. It was the Western Conference, Eastern Conference championship. Sorry about that. It was when we had LeBron James, who left the court without congratulating the Orlando Magic team when they soundly defeated the Cavs. LeBron was roasted. I mean, they lit him up all through the media. He was just horrible, man. I mean, they couldn't stand him. He was just like the worst player that ever walked. He went from a good player to terrible, and his attitude sucked. And I mean, it was to no end. However, when Peyton Manning walked off the field and did what he did, so far on I found one article on Yahoo Sports. I haven't found any videos as of yet on YouTube. If you have some of critiquing or criticizing Peyton Manning for what he did, please send it to me. But so far, I found one article, and I read the comments down on Yahoo Sports. I read all the comments, and it was just amazing how folks said, well, he's a very passionate player. I guess LeBron James is not a passionate player. Well, he was really focused, and who would want to lose? I mean, it was really a heart-wrenching loss, and I guess it wasn't for LeBron, huh? Here's my point. It's a double standard. We can see that. We can see that clearly. It's a double standard, and that's something I've been saying for years, and I've been saying even with I've shown my kids this over the years as well. That just watch when a quarterback overthrows a receiver, if that quarterback happens, and you can say this is racist if you want to, but it's the truth. If the white quarterback overthrows the black receiver, it's generally the receiver's fault. When the black players made mistakes, generally they would say things like the black players, they would make comments like, well, that was really a stupid thing for him to do. That was very, where was his mind? He wasn't thinking and all of that. But when the white players made a mistake, they didn't say the same things. They said, well, that's not typical of him. Well, they make all these excuses. This thing is bigger than sports. It's something that's woven into our society. But I was just thinking about that and wanted to put that out there, since I'm having such a hard time finding anybody being truthful in criticizing what Peyton Manning did. I like Peyton. He's a very good quarterback. I like Peyton. Love his commercials. He's a solid person in those regards. But I know they should have grilled and roasted him like they did LeBron James. But those are the types of things that have me like 2 inches away from not watching NFL again because of the hypocrisy. From the coaching carousel to the double standard with the players. I encourage you to put a comment on this one. Thanks for listening.